Hey everybody, Paul from ShopDap.com, your source for Volkswagen Audi parts and performance. Today we're going to be talking about how to find a Volkswagen and Audi repair shop. So because we're in the parts and performance business, we often obviously get a lot of customers who contact us after either purchasing parts or because they see our videos around stuff, and a lot of times are looking for advice on if we know of a good shop in their area. Obviously, because we ship parts nationally and sometimes internationally, we're not always going to know of a shop in your area. Oftentimes we may have heard of one, but may not have a direct relationship with them. There are lots of great guys out there. So let's go through a few ways of how you should approach finding a repair shop for you and your VW or Audi model. So first, my recommendation whenever you're looking at shops is assuming you're not looking to go to a dealer. Dealers are always a good option. If you have a good relationship with a dealer, that's a great place to get your vehicle serviced. I understand oftentimes their labor rates are going to be higher than what you would find in the aftermarket. Sometimes, depending on your area, if there may not be a viable option or one that you might be able to feel like you really trust, which is why a lot of people go to dealerships under those circumstances. From there, finding a shop that's not a dealer, obviously finding dealers is simple. You can go online and just search through either VW or Audi site and find your nearest dealer. Aside from that, my first thoughts are you should find a specialist. If you're going to be looking for getting someone to work on your Volkswagen Audi, even if you're looking for basic repair information, this is a really important fact that most people miss. Part of the value when you bring your car to a dealership or a specialist is because they're very, very intimately familiar with that model vehicle you have. They're going to be able to identify issues and locate them and possibly catch stuff before it either becomes a problem or even is a problem to begin with. They're going to be able to recommend you, hey, here's something that is a common problem on this car. Let's take a look at it. We should inspect that and then go from there. That's again why I definitely recommend always going with a specialist. If you can't find a Volkswagen Audi specialist, I would definitely recommend a German car specialist. Just the general broad repair shops oftentimes lack the familiarity with the models and are potentially going to cost you more money because their trial and error and infamiliarity with the brand is going to create scenarios where they may recommend repairs that may or may not be necessary for the vehicle. So, finding a specialist in your area. First one, simple. Obviously, you can always go online, type in VW repair or VW service in Google, and you're going to get some results. That result's going to get you probably a bunch of different options. Oftentimes, Google reviews are a great way to determine if somebody feels like a viable repair shop. Not every business who's even a great repair shop is going to understand and ask their customers for Google reviews, so that may not always be a direct reflection of how good the business actually is, because there's obviously a lot that goes into making sure that your customers actually give you solid reviews, the ones who are happy. The next step would be find your local communities. Find a VW car club or Audi car club who's a local group of guys. Even if you're not a huge enthusiast who's into modifying cars, the people in that community will almost certainly be able to help you locate somebody who is going to be able to service your vehicle properly. Those guys are into cars. They probably have a lot of stuff on their cars. So they are going to be a very valuable asset because they're local to you and they also have a very familiarity with getting work done on vehicles. You can find those in a multitude of ways. VwVortex.com, if you're not familiar, it's a VW and Audi forum. They have I'll put a link to, they have a local area that you can select kind of your region. Southeast region, northeast region, stuff like that. So in those places, you can either start a thread and post about it or search in there to try to find a shop, as well as try to post in those communities to ask for help. Also, Facebook groups are another thing. Most areas that are densely populated do have Facebook groups for enthusiasts of each kind or of that car club. So you might want to search for VW Car Club in X city or Audi Car Club in X city. Also, Audi, this is for Audi guys specifically, but Audi of America, there's an Audi Club. Audi Club will likely be able to find you a local chapter of people in that club. I know there's a pretty active group of guys in this local community in the Charlotte area. who also kind of tight knit. So those guys would also be a great asset to help you find places to work on your car as well. There's also two websites which we've reached out to try to work with them in the past. One of them is called Vcar Shops. The other one is called, I think, 4 Rings. I'll put a link to them as well in the description. And they are basically they have compiled lists of shops. Most of them are probably submitted to them by the shop owners. Some of them may be submitted by users, but it's a compilation of shops. It doesn't necessarily give you a guarantee that this is a good shop, but you do know that these are specialists in that area, which is going to help you at least drill down to what you're looking for. So my opinion in this stuff is I can't know every area and every, the country is huge, the area is big. You have to do your own research to determine if you feel like the shop you're looking at is a good choice for you. But always, always, always find a specialist. They're going to be potentially more expensive as far as labor rate, but in the long run, having somebody who's working on your car who knows what they're doing, I can promise you will always save you money. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more like it.